If you want to scale your e-com brand using Meta Ads, then you need to be continuously testing new creatives. You need a procedure and a workflow on how you go from ideas to actually ads in the Meta Ads Manager. If you aren't testing out creatives on a weekly basis, well then you're hitting ad fatigue much faster and you'll be experiencing fluctuating results and therefore no sustainable and predictable growth. I'm Michael, founder of Løving, an agency helping e-com brands breaking through the 7-figure a month mark, and in this video I'll show you our complete creative testing infrastructure. I'll show you exactly how we test out new creatives consistently for brands spending over $300,000 per month without them hitting ad fatigue. Now, before I show you our complete workflow and infrastructure inside of the agency, I quickly just want to mention the different skill sets you need in order to replicate our setup. You need a Meta Ads specialist. This is pretty self-explanatory, but you need somebody who can analyze the ad account, figure out why certain creatives are performing, ad copies are performing, what to try out next, and what the next step should be. Now, you also need somebody who's actually just a great designer who can design what the ad specialists tell him to design. So this is typically two different people. Maybe you can find somebody who's great at Meta Ads and can also do some design work. We have this split up into two different departments. So we have our design department and then we have our Meta Ad specialist. Now, these are the only two skill sets that you really need in order to proceed. Let me go through the whole structure with you. The first step is what we call the ideation. So this is where your Meta Ad specialist comes up with the new test and the new creatives that he wants to test out. So this is typically new creative angles or simply just new design tweaks of current creatives that are already working. He'll just tell the designer, well, we want to test out these 5 new creatives. And of course, this should be database and this should be based on prior experience, either from other ad accounts or what is currently working inside of your current ad account. Now, the second step is simply just designing the ads. So your design team would design the ads and send them for review to the Meta Ads specialist. Once he approved, then we go into the next phase of uploading them into the Ads Manager. Uploading them into the Ads Manager, you want to make sure that you upload them into your Meta Ads testing campaign. This is really important that you have a specific testing campaign where you're testing out all of these new creatives. You're making a completely new ad set, you're marking it with the date, that should be the name of the ad set, and then you're testing your, let's say, 5 new creatives in this ad set. Now, you want to be targeting your top of funnel cold audience. So this is people that don't know about your brand just yet, and you want to be spending around 15 to 20% of your total Meta Ads budget in this campaign. Now, the reason why we're spending such a huge amount of our budget in this campaign is because we want to have this constant wheel of new creatives and we want to find the winners. So all of the winners will duplicate them into our winning scaling campaign, and this is the campaign that's spending the majority of our budget and is creating the biggest results in our ad account. Now, if you're not quite sure about the campaign structure, then I highly suggest you to go ahead and watch this video where I'll go through the complete campaign structure that every e-com brand should be having if they're spending over 5K a month. So now all you got to do is just creating the ads in the ad set. So you just create an ad, obviously for each creative you have. So let's say you're testing out 5 new creatives, you want to create 5 new ads. So you create these 5 ads, you obviously quality assurance, you go through them, you go through the URL, you preview them to make sure that they're in the right placements, all of the ads. Once that is taken care of, you go live. Now, when you're testing out creatives, it's important that you have a benchmark CPA, a CPA that you don't want to go over. So let's say you're willing to spend $30 per conversion. And if you're spending anything over $30, well, then you're not satisfied. $30 is your max. This is what you're aiming for. If you get anything over that, you don't want to run it. You don't want to pay that much for conversion. So you should say, okay, that's 30. And then you want to give the ad spend to each ad, you want to give 30 times 1.5. So whatever your benchmark CPA is, it can be 30, it can be 100, it can be 1K if you're selling super high ticket stuff. But you want to say your benchmark CPA times 1.5. This is the ad spend you want to give each single creative. And once it has received, let's say, these $45 USD in spend, then you want to pause it and then you want to review it whether or not it's a winning ad or losing ad. If it's a winning ad, then you duplicate it and you put it into your winning scaling campaign. If it's a losing ad, then you turn it off and you note down why you think it's a losing ad. This way you only get the winning creatives into your top of funnel scaling campaign, which is using the majority of your budget. Now, the reason why we're not giving the testing creative so much budget is because if it's a losing creative, we don't want to spend too much money on a losing creative. And by also not giving them too much budget, we can get so many more creatives in our constant creative wheel. So that just means that it doesn't take a lot of time to test out these 5 new creatives. So you should already have new creatives in the pipeline. So this whole process that I just went through, from ideation, designing it, uploading them to the manager, testing the creative, giving them $45 in spend or 1.5 of your benchmark CPA. This is like the process of 1 week of testing creatives. Now, while you're in the process of, let's say, uploading the ads manager, you should always have new creatives in the pipeline. So your meta ads specialist should already be in the ideation phase and creating new ideas for meta ads creatives. This is a way that you never run out of new creatives to test, and this is a way to keep everything fresh in the ad account. This is how we efficiently avoid ad fatigue, even when we are managing budgets up to 300K a month. Then we obviously just test way more than 5 creators a week. We test maybe 50 creators a week. So this is a very scalable process. You just need to have a good internal team that can, 1, analyze the ad account, figure out what creatives to test, and 2, actually make some beautiful designs and be a good designer. Now, if you're an e-com brand and if you want to scale your brand to the next level, I highly suggest you to scroll down and schedule in a personal one-on-one growth call with me. On this call, we'll discover your biggest growth blockers at the moment, and we'll just have a friendly talk and see if I can potentially help you scale your e-com brand. Now, if you on the other hand want to learn more about digital marketing and want to become a great digital marketeer yourself, then I suggest you to book in a call with me using the second link below. In this call, we can discover whether or not it's right for you to join our mentorship program, where I will personally be teaching you how you can scale your own e-com brand or how you can learn about digital marketing yourself. Scroll down and book a call.